My elevator speech is that big companies go to big firms, medium companies go to medium firms, and I act for individuals, small business and families.
Hello, Rob.
Hi, Chris.
You've got this brand spanking new website. What's the purpose of this video?
I'd like to give people a sense of who I am, which you can find out a lot about me on the website, but I think to find out a little bit more who I am and what I'm about, it's good to have a bit of a chat.
You're a lawyer by profession. What made you want to study law?
My great passion when I was a kid was arts, and I wanted to get into arts management, so I thought commerce law, which is the degree I did, would have been a good entree into that. But as it happened, I entered the legal profession and just kind of stayed there. At law school, I didn't really specialise in anything. We did the full range of subjects. My first job was in workers' compensation. I did that for 2 years, and I had never intended to get into workers' compensation. And then I got into a commercial firm, and I was working for a really great partner. And he said, "What do you want to specialise in?" And I couldn't really think of a specific thing within the area of commercial law. So I'm a bit of a generalist as a commercial and property lawyer.
What made you set up your own practice?
Back in 1999, I had been working for a small medium firm for many years, and it was a very friendly firm. It was a victim of its own success because it merged with or was taken over by a much larger firm. And I went to work with this larger firm for a few months, and it was a good firm and very well run, but I realised it wasn't the kind of atmosphere that I wanted to have when I practiced law. So I thought, what could I do? And then I thought, I'll set up my own practice. I work in the areas of property, commercial, wills and estates. And in the property, it's anything from conveyancing to leasing to property disputes, advice about easements and rights of way, and the whole gamut of property. In commercial law, I act for small business, so it's buying and selling businesses, it's advice on agreements, preparing agreements, partnerships, joint ventures, things like that. And wills and estates, well, that's obvious, but I suppose in estate planning also there are powers of attorneys, enduring guardianship, things like that. And I act for individuals, small business and families. And when I say families, couples, same-sex couples, but everybody really. And I provide personal legal services, but also, advice for small business.
I know you do quite a bit of travelling around Asia. What services do you offer for expats?
Aussies who are living overseas, working overseas, if they want to bring their money back to Australia, perhaps they want to buy property, perhaps they have property here that has some issues, they need some legal advice, perhaps they've got some business ventures, or maybe just an Australian will. So that's a kind of service. Really the same things that I do for my local clientele, but it's a service that takes me to some of these places around the world. Singapore, Hong Kong, London and New York, some of my favourite cities, and Bangkok. I think the thing is, in choosing a solicitor, is to choose someone that you feel some rapport with. And I like to see the solicitor-client relationship as a long-term relationship. And for many people, you get into that relationship because you suddenly you're buying a house and you don't have a solicitor, and maybe someone will refer you to someone, or maybe you'll find someone on the internet. But I think it's more than just a one-off thing. It's not like you're just buying a box of apples. I work in sole practice, which means that I'm on my own. And so when people deal with me, they deal with me. I approach all my clients as though they were friends or family, in the sense that I give them that degree of care and attention. Not that I socialise with them all, but I give them the same care that I would my family. And I'm very much a detailed person when it comes to law. I think it's very important that we don't gloss over a lot of the things in contracts or whatever. And because I've been around a while, I can sort of see the legal ramifications of a lot of things. So, I kind of bring that all to bear when I look after people.
You obviously aren't a lawyer all your waking hours. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, my passion outside of the law is singing, and I sing with a choir. or 2 choirs at the moment, and I also do some cabaret singing. So that's my passion. One of the things I like most about my practice is dealing with people, and my aim is to take the mystery out of the law, which can appear quite daunting, and make things as smooth as possible. And no, I didn't like that, but we can edit it out. I think I did it better before.